Welcome to the Coalition of Schools Educating Mindfully, Mindfulness-Based Social and Emotional Learning Micro-Credential Program. We are very excited and so grateful that you are choosing to take this step in your teaching, in your life, in your leading. This is a quick tutorial to give you a little bit of an overview of the program and to help you get started. And please know that you can reach out to us at any time during your program. We look forward to supporting you along the way. So as we start here, you can always come back to our website, educatingmindfully.org, and you can click up at the Micro-Credential or MBSEL resources area. And for the program, there are essentially these few pieces of it that we just want to make sure that you know and understand are a part of the program. So the first piece is you will be developing a personal practice. This can absolutely include any personal practice that you may currently be having in your life. We just want to make sure that you really embody these practices and really care for yourself first so that all of the students and staff that you support can really connect to the regulation of your nervous system. The next step would really be engaging with our modules. There are a series of modules that you will be able to have access to, and you can watch them in really any order at any time. It's self-paced. You get to be in charge of your learning. Also, you have access to mentors. This is something that we are creating a space for you each month where you can connect with either a MBSEL graduate or one of the MBSEL instructors as a mentor. So that may change each year on who is facilitating as the mentor, but you have that option to engage in a monthly mentoring session that can be sometimes within a small group. Sometimes it might even be one-to-one or a little bit larger of a group. It really depends on who is doing this journey at the same time as you. But they are not a requirement. They are just a supportive option for those of you who are needing that extra accountability and support along the way. Those sessions can look like questions or a focused topic or a dialogue or reflections. They are really tailored to what you need at that time during that month. The next level and layer here is reading our book that we have as an organization. Within that book, it really helps to create that foundation of what mindfulness-based social and emotional learning is across grade levels, across domains, across specialty areas, and it really involves and has tried and true practices over time, especially around mindfulness. So with this, you will be engaging in reflective work as well. And I'll share a little bit more about that in a moment. Then as you've learned and practiced and you've embodied these skills, now it's time for you to start exploring additional resources. So on our website, you'll be guided to the resources section. Again, if on here, I can just share under resources, there's MBSEL resources. If this were to change location, there might be an MBSEL tab in the future up at the top, and you would just be able to find those resources. We are not providing explicit curriculum or resources because we are really providing a framework on how you can integrate these practices no matter what you're teaching. So there may be all kinds of different curricula and even content areas that may support into that. And every learning community is different. So we want to make sure that our students in this program have the autonomy to see what works best for them and their learners and their community. So we provide different ways and avenues to start so you can see what is possible. And there's absolutely many, many, many more resources as well, but at least it's a way for you to become inspired. And then finally, after you've embodied, you've explored, you've learned, you've found different inspiring resources, then you're invited to create, teach, and integrate a set of MBSEL lessons. Now, these might be actually created by you. They might be one of the resources that you have found, but you essentially will be teaching that with a short recording of you, just so we can see the competency there, that you would then submit as well for the micro-credential. So there is additional information here if you wanted to find out more in detail. And I will mention too that near the end of this, you can see the instructors and the modules. And if there are any additional modules, we will be including them, and you will absolutely have access to them as well, because as we grow, learning grows too. So just know that that is there. Down at the bottom, you can see all of the different requirements as well that are laid out, and what that process is. So the website really gives you a good guide and map for how to complete everything. So as soon as you go through the sign up process, you will receive an automated email. And this could take up to 10 minutes to receive, depending on the day and the system. But this is essentially what the email will look like. And again, the time of this recording, this is what the email currently looks like. There may be updates to it, but at least it will give you the steps in which you need. So when you get this email, it really outlines as well, if you have any questions, how you can contact us at educatingmindfully.org and or calm@educatingmindfully.org. So as we get started here, there are basically 3 steps. The first step is you need to log into your COSEM member account. This is a very important first step, because if you don't log in first before clicking on the quick links below, it won't take you where you need to go. So you need to log in first so that you get to where you need to go. So then step 2 is that once you've logged in, step 2 is that you will review the MBSEL Micro-Credential Program requirements and submission rubrics. This is the link I was just referring to from our website. But this gives you, again, even more broken down in detail what the requirements are and how to go about this learning as a self-paced learning. So the first page here just outlines again the experience and how that works, how you submit your final projects as well. If you choose to have the 2 graduate credit hours, how you can go through that process for their processing fee as well. So the first written artifact, you will be creating one Google Doc, and each page of that Google Doc will be basically a reflection of what you've learned from each of the steps of this program. So the first page will be reflecting on your personal practice and just showing your understanding of mindfulness. This could look like a bunch of different ways. We've had people submit a visual graphic on the page and did like a timeline of their life. We've had people do like a little mini story tell. We've had people just do a narrative. You can choose and be creative how you want this to be. This is your learning for you. So we just provide the guidance here and ideas in which may be helpful. Then at the bottom of that page, you'll see the grading criteria that our assessors use. Then the second page of your Google Doc is reflecting on the Educating Mindfully book. And again, there are some pieces here that are recommendations and ideas as you create this one-page reflection on what you've read and applied. and again, the grading criteria below. On the third page of your reflection tool here is that design, facilitation, and analysis of 6 MBSEL lessons. So you will be, let me highlight this here. This is flexible because some of you may or may not be in the classroom role. If this doesn't match you, you can reach out to us and we can create a customized learning path for you. But essentially, we are hoping that you can create a sequence of about 6 MBSEL lesson plans that are about 15 minutes in length, or you would be able to capture the essence within 15 minutes of that lesson. And we are proposing that you have that you've taught this within a group of students, at least 2 or more students together, and they can range from any age. And again, if we mention here, if you are an admin or any other role, we can create another path for you. So you would be reflecting for about 1 to 2 pages here about that. Again, we've had teachers and leaders who have created just their sequence and they've like created a map of what that might look like. Some have shared their lessons along with their reflections. You can choose what this is for you and then seeing what the criteria is below. Then on page 4, you are creating basically your implementation plan. So this is great with learning, but unless there's action with it for future, the learning just becomes stagnant. So we want to make sure that you are prepared to continue moving forward in what's next. So we are giving you again some ideas on what that implementation may look like and with the criteria and some templates that may be helpful so that you have a couple goals, a couple action steps, and what that might look like, sound like, feel like. But if you have your own template, you absolutely can use them too. And then this is the video of those lessons. So you will record 1 15-minute video of one of those lessons that you've created or taught. And then you'll submit that to us just so that we can validate all of the different practices that are essential. And so you can see that grading rubric down below. And then you can also see the scoring rubric criteria with the numbers for the points for here. So if I come back here to the email, that was step 2, just reviewing what that process is. And then step 3 are really all of your links that you need for the program. So when you click here, it will directly take you to the learning modules. Again, make sure you are already logged into the system before you click that link. So here you will probably see something that has like an orange button that says access. So you will click that and then it will take you to the learning modules. And so you can see where they're at. I'm just going to click here for the program. And these are all of the different videos that you will have access to. And you would just click and it will bring you to the objectives, the overview, any resources for that video, and then the video down below. Back to that email. You also have access to a free digital copy of our book. You are more than welcome to purchase your own as a hard copy, but we just want to make sure that you know you have access here. So you would click here to gain the access to the digital PDF copy. Access to the MBSEL reflection community. So this will bring you directly to the page where you can ask questions, get support, and continue to even just share. Maybe you want to share how any lessons that you found or resources that you found. And your engagement here really helps the community to support each other, and really you get out of it what you put into it. So we highly encourage engagement on our member site into that community. And then this resource here is the link to bring you to where you can find the monthly mentoring meetings. It will bring you to the upcoming events, and you would be able to scroll to find when the next monthly mentoring meeting would be. Back to the email here, just in case we have the program requirements again, just so that you can find it, as well as important notes. So I'm gonna highlight these as well, that you have access to all of these modules as long as you need and as long as you are a COSEM member. As I stated prior, if there are any updates to any of the modules or additional access, you will be given access to them in the future. We mentioned also about these monthly mentoring meetings. You have access to them throughout the duration of your program. So as long as you are engaging in the program, you have access to the monthly meetings. Those meetings occur during the school year and often are not available during the summer, but you can see on the events listing when the upcoming mentoring meetings are. The micro-credential does not expire, and you do not need to renew it. We mentioned again, make sure you follow those program requirements. And then upon completion, you have the option. So you can either earn 30 professional development hours or CEUs for social workers and that community. That is already included in your program cost. You also have the ability to earn 2 graduate credits from an accredited university. If that is a path that you would like to take to help continue to move you on your pay scale in education, you can then follow that link to pay the processing fee and receive those 2 graduate credits once your submission is graded and assessed. And I mentioned about finding resources to support you with the book and if you wanted to order your own book. So I hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions, please reach out at any time. And we are so grateful that you are choosing and being so dedicated to mindfulness-based SEL and creating holistic education. Thanks for being you, and we look forward to seeing your submissions soon.